super happy. All glory to Jesus Christ, first of most. Uh, but man, I'm super happy. Just this something that we've been working on this whole year, and the beginning of practice and the end of practice and the middle of practice. So to see it come to situation, like to fruition, is it's huge for us.
I know you guys were winning games still, but did that hurt a little bit to not be getting those turnovers?
Absolutely. I mean, you win the turnover battle, you win games. And good thing we keep winning, but when you win the turnover battle, just like put a stamp on it that you for sure going to win the game. And there's also another opportunity for offense to go score, and Ashton does his thing, and the whole offense does his thing. So,
how big is that? I know it's common sense, but when you guys get the turnover and then the offense scores and takes advantage of it, I mean, just it's a 14-point swing, and that happened at least 2, maybe 3 times in that game.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge. You see the offense when they're trying to score. Like, I'm on defensive player. Like, when they go score, I mean, it kind of puts us in a situation when we take the ball away. Now we go score. Now the momentum changed the whole dynamic. Now we go into the half. Now, like even. So the momentum, we gain it back. So that's huge for us.
With so many guys in different spots and just the way it started and stuff, like how, not panic, but I mean, just what was that like when you're down 14-0, then right away on the sideline, then the kickoff's fumbled, you're running right back out there, and they're about to score again, and it just seemed like it was. I mean, it could have really collapsed there. What do you say about just the turning point there? With that
Absolutely, yeah. So our job in defense is putting the fire out. As a defensive player, you're always responding to a situation. You're always responding to something. So we have a different guys, playing different positions because that's type of offense that like you're trying to throw a quick slants, you're trying to quick passes. So we had to make adjustments in halftime. When we came out of halftime, we made these adjustments and we came out successful though. So that's huge to go into halftime, watch the iPad, see what the coach is gonna say, get with the coaches, talk a bit. But you have different guys playing different positions, which is like hard. But when everybody got in rhythm, we're elite.
Your fumble recovery, it was you and 3 San Jose State guys, and you just kind of dove right in, had that perfect dive. Did you know as soon as you left your feet, did you know you were getting that ball?
So it happened to me on the goal line. That kind of I seen the tackle kind of go down, but not really hit the 3 tech. So I kind of like I ate the bait. I messed up and I didn't transition outside right away, and the kind of running back kind of sealed me off. So I watched that and I was like, man, I'm better than that. I can do way better than that. So when I seen the tackle do it again, I'm like, okay, that's not true mid zone. And I see it's like in a wildcat and number 3 coming. So I'm just like, oh, it's basic like football IQ that this is some trickery happening here. So I just escaped outside, just create havoc. I was right there just to pick the ball up, so really blessed.
Ty had the forced fumble, interception, just a step up he's made this year. Just, I guess, how big of a step up has it been to you?
Say that again.
With Ty, just how big of a step up has he made this season?
The Ty Benefield?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about a takeaway. I mean, this is another opportunity for our offense to go score. So it's a huge opportunity. I mean, he's an elite player. He works his ass off. I mean, I'm really blessed that he's on my team, and he has just a different mentality about him, and I love him. I love him as a brother to me.
Spencer said yesterday, he was playing a little bit stiff, maybe a little bit formulaic, robotic, and now he's kind of let loose. Have you seen that as well? Do you see him playing a little bit more loose? And free?
Ty?
Yeah.
I mean, as always, you get like kind of like the nerves for the game, and then when you get in the rhythm, it takes you a little bit to get like in the rhythm. But when he's in the rhythm, man, no, he's unstoppable. He's the guy that, man, I love having the back end, and I know he's going to do his job at 100%. So I trust him 100%.
Ty took that hit early in the game on their first drive. Just how much did he, want to just kind of make up for that and kind of get back in the game after taking that hit?
I mean, it's just like he's always responding. Bad things are going to happen. The play's not always going to go your way. And just has mentality. I'm like, okay, he did it to the quarterback. He caused that fumble when he hit him so hard the ball was in the air. So you're just talking about a different mentality about responding. I mean, like, okay, that happened to me, so I'm gonna do it to somebody else. So just like having that mentality about him is really good. And man, it's just good things happen to good people when they work hard.
How did you see Marco respond last week when he found out he was going to be playing such a massive role for you guys on defense?
I mean, it's exciting. It's always bad to somebody go down, especially on defense. But it was exciting just to see like he works his tail off, and man, to see him have this opportunity is huge. And I see how hard he works off the field and off the field, on the field and off the field. It's a huge opportunity for him.
Alexander, obviously, he's worn the green dot for you guys, and I'm assuming at this point in time he's probably a calming presence for you. So what was it like hearing communication from Marco, I guess, last game?
It was honestly a little bit better for me because Tubner is way in the back, so I'm not gonna look at him and he gave me the signal. So Marco's like right behind me, so I can look in the back and be like, okay, who's live? What's happening? What's the call? And then it's just like an easy communication that I can get off of him. And he's really good. Marco's really good with the communication. He can set the front. He can tell me what the call is. So I really having him back there. With Alexander Tubner, it was great, but it was just in the huddle. That's the only time that I'm gonna get to talk to him because he's maybe a little bit more further than Marco is. So it was good to just see both and just have the feeling of the both of who have the green dot.
Was it cool having him out there again so consistent, even with what you guys are doing
Marco?
on defense? Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
He's played probably half the snaps on defense this year.
Absolutely.
He played every snap against
Yeah.
San Jose State.
I mean, you see a guy just works his tail off, and now he has the opportunity just to go and be filling the game and not be taken out. I mean, that's huge. When you get your rhythm as a defensive player and you start making plays and you start winning your one-on-one and you start winning your pass rush, and that's when you get your rhythm. And you start making your first tackle, having that first feeling, I don't have to be taken out unless if it's like a lot of snaps and I need to get a breather. Just having that type of like playing time is huge. And he deserves it too because he works his butt off.
How much have you enjoyed watching Jaden Virgin Morgan just get better and better and get some sacks this year?
Yeah, man, it's his time, you know. I mean, it's his time. He's making it happen. I'm so proud of him. He also works really hard. He's my teammate. He's my brother. You know, he's a guy that's like we both are like playing so well together and so connected together. Like I can look in the sideline and be like, okay, maybe I'll get double team. Maybe I'll get chipped here. Maybe you get free. Maybe I'll come free. So it's like having that double threat on the edges. It's huge, you know. So I'm really happy for him. It's like hopefully he keeps dominating. I'm just super happy for him. He's a really good player and he deserves it.
Have you noticed the difference from offensive lines as they have to focus on both of you guys on the edge?
I mean, if you like watch the games, you would know, but it's like it's kind of hard. Like I'm talking to this personally for me. I mean, hopefully I earned some respect from other teams that people will like slide to me, running back will come chip me, the guard is looking straight at me. So I'm kind of like fighting for my life out there. But man, it opens up another opportunities for other players to make, like Shea, Braxton, JV. I mean, they're always my brothers are eating right now, so it's like it's great, you know. So. And also, I'm getting one-on-ones too. Don't get me wrong. And I'm winning, and I'm consistent on my pass rush. I mean, I'm super happy. And I'm still getting pressure on the QB. Just the last game was like 2 seconds, and the ball's out. So it's like, I'm super blessed.
Is there a little bit of a competition that you see him get a sack and you're like, all right, now I gotta go get mine?
I mean, it's always a competition. It's always a competition, but it's a friendly competition. It's a good competition too. Like I'm really happy for him. I mean, it was kind of like, I'm just gonna speak the truth here. It was kind of like for me. It was just like, man, I was a sack leader last year. I have to get better. Like, I have to. I'm kind of like putting all that pressure on myself. Other than just be like, man, like, and this is when you step into that role of being a captain and being a leader. And having that mentality of being like, man, I'm winning. I'm getting pressure on the QB as well. My brothers are eating. I should be happy. I should be encouraging. And I kind of talk to the whole group and I'm open about it. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm super proud of you, JV. I'm super proud of you that you're getting out there. You're like, making plays, man. Go get your money. Go make your name. Go let them know who you are. So it's huge, and it's good for me to see that as a captain and as a leader to like be able to push my teammates. Even if I'm not getting all the glory, that's fine. The glory will come later. I mean, if I'm pushing my teammates and we're all winning and we're 9-1, there's nothing to be sad about.
So were you saying that was like a problem earlier in the season, maybe, or you were?
It's not really a problem. It's kind of like a competition, but I don't want the competition to rise so high that I'm not doing my job and I'm focusing only on myself. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and we're 9-1, and man, we have something to accomplish here, and my brothers are eating, and I'm happy, and I'm productive, and I'm winning, so there's nothing to be like worried about. This happened like to me a little bit, but now having the mentality of like being a leader and being a captain out there, man, I'm pushing my teammates. I want my teammates to be better than me, you know, the young generation to come up and just make their name and make them know who they are. I want that to happen, and that's for me learning as a leader and as a captain, you know.
Is that something you figured out on your own, or did a coach give you a heads up, or?
No, I kind of like figure out on your own. It kind of like it's like a mentality of like, you know what, like what am I doing here? Am I not doing my job? Am I lacking? Am I not winning my one-on-one? Am I not creating pressure? It's kind of like all the questions you ask yourself, and then when you when you watch the film and you notice what's happening and you notice how productive I am on the pass rush and how people I'm taking, and you seeing other people are winning, man, it's all the glory for all my teammates. I mean, and being happy for them and pushing them and just making them like feel like, man, go make your money, don't let them know who you are, and just pushing them. And I was like very honest in the beginning in the pregame. I was like, man, I started questioning myself because you kind of hear the outside noise a little bit of like, man, you're not the sack leader anymore. Like even from, like with my own family, and this is something that I had to shut off. You're not the sack leader anymore. What's happening? And I literally told my teammates, hey man, I'm not even worried about that. If you're winning, I'm winning. If you're winning, I'm winning. If you're winning, I'm winning. And this is the job as a captain, as a leader, to like encourage teammates and be happy for them, other than just being like listening to the outside noise and people that don't know football, don't know what's going on. Just because I don't have the stats doesn't mean I'm not productive. You know what I'm saying?
How about this? I think you are like top 5 in the country in QB pressures. So are there any other ways that you do judge, your play outside of sacks, I guess?
I mean, it's just being new to the game and not knowing that is just like, I talked to my coach Jabril. He's like, Ahmed, like stats not always speaks the truth. Like stats are stats at the end of the day. If you watch the game and you see how hard you hit the QB and how hard you rush and how hard you run to the ball and how much havoc you're creating on the backfield and on the field and how many eyes you're taking, I mean, think about it. Does Aaron Donald like to be Aaron Donald all the time? Does Matt Crosby like to be Matt Crosby all the time? People are like that is like having the respect, and hopefully I gained some respect from other teams from what I did last year and what I'm doing this year. So I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm happy that we're 9-1. I'm excited. Looking forward for Wyoming. Looking forward for every week, man. I just wanna really love this team with all my heart. Like people, I don't know how to express it. I love this team more than anything, and this team changed my life. And I'm growing every week as a leader, as a captain, as a football player, as a brother, as a teammate. So I'm really happy.
Do you check on QBs after you hit them?
Yeah, I kind of talked to them a little bit, and I was like, "You're right here, dude." Like, there was one time in Washington State when I hit him at the end of the game, and then he kind of like laid down and he was hurting a little bit, and I was like looking. Then I was like, "Are you all right, dude?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And I was like, "All right." So kind of like I like to play that mind game a little bit. It was like when he throws the ball so fast, I let the QB know that I'm there. And I'd be like, hey, man, if you held it a second longer here, I would have sacked you. Just know that. And I just kind of let them know that I'm there. So they always have the presence that, like, okay, watch 91. He's coming.
You expect a little different game on Saturday, though? What do you expect from Wyoming? Obviously, they like to run the football.
Wyoming also been to, like, a mentality, tough game. Weather, the team is really tough. They're a really talented team. The record really at the end of the day doesn't matter, but if you watch the film, they're a really talented team. You're going to try to establish the run. Just again, it comes down to doing our job, doing our 111, and I mean, I'm excited. It's another new opportunity, new week, just to play with my brothers and to go have fun out there.
A chance to finish off an undefeated conference slate. Obviously, job will be far from finished, but what does that mean to you to go through? What would it mean to you guys to go through the conference season undefeated?
It would mean the world to me. Like in my last 4 years here, I haven't been 9-1. I haven't been winning that much games. Same time last year, it was a whole different conversation. It was like, oh, I don't know where my season's gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen. But then looking now, I mean, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed, and all glory to God. I mean, I'm so excited for the future, for the next game, just honestly for the next practice, for the next meeting. I'm so excited. I'm just like I want to be here. I want to be around the facility. I'm so happy to be here. I'm having so much fun and so much joy just being around my teammates and being around Coach D, being around Coach Jabril, being around Coach Shins. All my coaches, like everybody have a smile on their face. And just to go out there and to know that we worked so hard in the offseason to be able to establish that, it's huge.
I know you got to beg for one more here on that. With last game, like 9 guys played almost 85% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like going into a game where like pretty much all you got is all you got, and you guys are gonna have to play a ton of football? I mean, you're out there for 62 snaps.
Yeah.
Jaden's out there for 66. Guys dropping back 54 times to pass. Assume you guys all get pretty tired. But what's it like kind of going into a game knowing like you guys are all gonna have to play a lot of football that night.
Man, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. Just like whatever happens, I want to play every snap that can possibly happen. Pull me on special teams, pull me on defense, but like anything that will happen, I want to play. And having that mentality, just like we're playing for each other. You know, we're playing. If you look at us on the sideline, I mean, people are fired up to go. Even when bad things happen, like there's no pointing fingers. There's no, oh, like look at this, look at that. There's none of that. There's always like, okay, it's a no opportunity. It's a new, like, let's go get it. You know, let's go play and let's have fun doing it too. So it's huge. I mean, everybody's just playing for each other. We're having fun out there, Jay. Like it's fun. We're having so much joy. It's not like, oh, bad thing happened. Oh man, like no, it's okay. Let's go attack it. Let's go put the fire out. Let's get the ball back. So this is what our mentality are.